So 270 today we're talking about some standouts in yesterday's matchup between Washington and Chicago, a game in which we saw Alex Ovechkin score the tying goal with Wayne Gretzky, and we did not see the official marker, but it's going to come very soon, and it's going to be really cool to see when that moment hits. And the next game the Capitals play is tomorrow. They're in New York against the Islanders, so we'll see what happens there. But I just think when it came to Ovi yesterday. He was just very effective at creating shots, very effective at creating volume, very effective in transition, very effective up ice, and he was a classic Ovi. He scored his goal from the office, the tying goal from the office, and just was really noticeable at being able to create offensively and being able to create in transition and being able to create and make reads up ice. But that Dylan Strom was very effective for Washington as well. Just the playmaking aspect of his game has really evolved into being able to find small areas space, and really attack that really nicely. I think when it comes to Dylan Strom, his playmaking touch is vastly underrated, and he's got a great goal scoring ability, but his playmaking touch is really, really underrated. The way he finds seams, the way he uses his vision, the way he's able to scan and process situations to his advantage. I think he does a really great job of being able to effectively read situations and being able to anticipate ozone sequences as well. Then Ryan Leonard had his first NHL goal, but I think outside of that, in terms of his overall play, very annoying to play against. Obviously, that's the type of player that he is, and just plays a very effective and very hard game overall. And Ryan Leonard's a guy who competes, he works, he plays defense, he can be a two-way winger. He can be relied upon as a dual threat player offensively, brings a little bit of everything. And I think longer term, it's gonna be interesting to see what he pans out to be. I think he's got one of the highest floors in that 2023 NHL draft class, and I would say at his worst, he could be a top nine winger. I think he's just got that all around ability to be able to create in many different situations, be reliable in many different situations, and he can be a shutdown player, but also an offensive player. So having those two components is really crucial. John Carlson, who assisted on the OV goal, of course, in his own right, he was really effective throughout this game with 3 assists, really effective as a puck moving defenseman, as a playmaking defenseman moving up ice. He was just really effective all around. I thought he was doing a great job of being able to be relied upon in many different situations as well, and just a still really good offensive defenseman for where he's at and how his age is at. As for Chicago side, I think the two guys that were really noticeable together when they were playing together, they had occasional shifts together. And it wasn't like they were playing all the time at 5-on-5 together, but Oliver Moore and Frank Nazar, two guys who are very similar to each other. I think Oliver Moore has the edge in terms of skating and the first two-step acceleration and his ability to accelerate off his edges. I think he's got an advantage over Nazar in that sense, but very similar players stylistically and how they approach the game and how they attack the game. They have a fearless mentality. Oliver Moore, just like Mike Nazar yesterday, they're both fearless in how they attack, and that allows them to play much bigger than their size and allows them to be able to attack one on one head on. So Frank Nazar was doing a great job of that yesterday. He was doing a great job of being able to attack in transition, attack up ice, attack in the ozone, and was just really noticeable as an all-around player. I thought he was doing a great job of creating in ozone situations, creating on entries, and being able to move laterally on entries, and being able to use his cutbacks and stuff like that. It really expanded at the NHL level at being able to use his creativity and how he's able to use his vision as well, and in tandem with speed. So he was great. Landon Slaggert, I really liked him as well. I think he was very effective in terms of getting 2 assists. He was really noticeable up ice. He was really noticeable in transition. He's more of a north-south player than he is east-west. I think he doesn't have necessarily a ton of creativity, but I think at the same time with Slagger, he's a guy who can play a heavy north-south game. He can finish checks. He can get in hard. He can be an F1 in and just be reliable in many different situations, and especially defensively, where he does a good job and has really gotten much better at playing the PK and in those situations as well. I thought Tyler Bertuzzi had an effective game and ended up scoring near the net, around the net. It always feels like a lot of his goals end up being scored around the net. And he was just playing great. He was really noticeable. I was really impressed with his game. he had some pop to his game, which was really nice to see. And then same with Philip Kurashev, who drew into the lineup for Lucas Reichel. Lucas Reichel ended up getting scratched. Philip Kurashev looked good. I think when it comes to Kurashev's game, obviously him being in and out of the lineup, there's going to be inconsistencies in his game. Like, you can't expect a player to play super well when he's in and out of the lineup. Like that's just not going to happen. And with Kershaw, but he's been in and out of the lineup for so many times throughout this year. But he was really effective throughout this game. I really liked his game. I really liked his playmaking. I really liked his ability to create in the ozone. I really liked his ability to open up pass lanes and was just very effective all around and being able to create in those situations as well. And then Spencer Knight in goal, I think he was the most effective of the defensive core. Just there were so many. This could have been like an 8-3 game for Washington with the amount of high danger chances they had, with the amount of chances that were Royal Road passes, with the amount of offensive ability that was being moved around in small areas. He had to make some really nice kick saves. He had to really track the puck and really track his movements to line up with the puck very effectively in this game. I thought Spencer Knight was doing a great job tracking, and he's had a bit of a rough stretch the last, I would say, 4 or 5 games, but this was more of a rebound game yesterday. I thought even though they lost, he was still really effective in net. And he was doing a great job making timely saves. Like I said, I think this could have been an 8 or 9-3 game had Spencer Knight not put on the performance that he did throughout this game as well.